Hey, and welcome to Dirty Lazy Girl, a podcast that offers realistic girlfriend support and problem solving for imperfect people.
You don't have to be perfect to be successful. Every week, we'll give you unconventional, dirty, or lazy problem solving strategies. Let's get started.
Hey, it's Stephanie Laska here with the Dirty Lazy Girl podcast. And the screen might look different for all of you that are watching on YouTube today because Tamara is not with me. Instead, I have a new friend here. I'm going to be interviewing the one and only Dayna, who is here to tell us about her weight loss success story on Dirty Lazy Keto. I'm so excited to welcome you to the podcast today, Dayna.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. It is an honor. I'm thrilled to be with you. So excited.
Well, you're pretty brave for coming on camera, I just have to say, because this is not for everybody. It took me 2 years to get ready to do this on camera. It's kind of scary.
Well, I wouldn't know. You do amazing. But thank you. Thank you for the compliment.
Well, you look calm and cool and collected, so you may have to be a regular guest.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm ready.
Well, the reason we invited you here today is because you've shared on the Facebook support group for Dirty Lazy Keto. You've been so excited and so energetic and so proud to share your before and after pictures and to tell so many of people in the group about your story. So I figured, hey, why don't we interview you so you can tell everybody once and for all on this big platform, a little bit about your journey.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. And if I can help anybody, I'm happy to do that.
Well, that was my kind of first question for you is I think Oprah starts all of her podcasts by saying, what's your intention? Like, why are you doing this interview? So is that why you're doing this interview?
Yes. If I can be an inspiration to others, for sure. I've gained so much inspiration through the group and through your page and information. So if I can share, I finally had success now. So if I can share with anybody and help others and encourage them in their weight loss journey, then I'd love to do that.
Perfect. Well, that's kind of a little bit about why I've shared my story as well. In addition to trying to just hold myself accountable, I'm a rebel by my personality. And so as such, I tend to have my identity is really important to me. So if I'm having an identity on social media or telling others about my weight loss, it makes me feel more true to follow through with it. So, we're all motivated by different things. So it's exciting to know that you want to share your story to help motivate others to know that they can do it too.
Absolutely. And I'm kind of a rebel as well.
You are?
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
That's why we should be friends. And you have and you have that hair. I'm so envious of your hair. I could die.
Oh, you're sweet.
Well, tell us, Dayna, a little bit about, how much weight you've lost, where you started, how old you are. Just give us a little bit of the rundown.
Okay. Well, I am 50 years old as of December. Yes, 50.
Wait, hold up. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm 50.
Wow. Yeah. I would have never guessed that. I thought you were probably 32, maybe?
Oh my goodness.
Holy moly.
You are my new bestie for real.
Well, I'm blushing right now. I'm blown away. 50. Okay. Yes, not the 50's old. 50's fabulous. Don't get me wrong. There's a whole lot of people in my little family that are all circling around or, up and down right around that age. So congratulations. Yeah. So 50.
Thank
okay.
You. I am 50. I turned 50 in December. And that was kind of before I turned 50, a big motivator, oh my goodness, I'm turning 50. I've got to do this and make up my mind to get this weight off for good. And that, and just not long before that, my doctor had put me on blood pressure medicine. And that was kind of scary. I kind of made it real, okay, I really need to get health conscious and aware. And I'm a new grandma. She's 2 now, but that was kind of a motivator as well, having the grandbaby. And so all those things together helped me this time. I think I've been the yo-yo dieter my whole adult life. And I just kind of had to make my mind up. Finally, I've lost and gained back so many pounds. I can't even recall how many that is. But so this is the only time I've ever reached my goal in my whole adult life. So yeah.
Wow. Well,
And
congratulations. And what
thank
is
you
your
so
goal, like
much.
specifically?
As far as my number or on the scale,
Sure, both,
well,
whatever you want to share.
that was my goal. My goal was to hit 140 on the scale. And I did that a little bit early with your help and information and knowledge that I gained through meeting you, coming to know you in the book. And so that was my goal, 140. And I'd never been there. The lowest I'd ever been prior to this, I'd gotten down to 150, or I think I got down to 150 at one time, and I did it the wrong way. I was doing it with the help of diet medication, and I lost it too fast. And then when I got off that medication, of course, the weight just piled back on. But I think I've dieted my whole, like I said, my whole adult life, and just never gotten there. I'd lose, and then I'd fall off the wagon. I'd lose, and then I'd fall off the wagon and gain it all back. So I was determined this time. I don't know if the 50 years old probably helped in that, I think that's a big milestone. So.
Yeah, definitely. There's always like one impetus, right? Like one situation or one moment where I think a lot of people can look to and say, I think it was that, like the birthday, the medication, the grandchild, like that kind of whole thing all together kind of pushed you to make the right decision for you. It was like your time.
Absolutely.
So you mentioned, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I also have a wonderful new man in my life, and going to be getting married shortly. So that also was a big motivator. So
congratulations. Hey, there's nothing like a wedding in the future to get people thinking about a change, right? And congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell me, you mentioned that your goal was to weigh, 140 on the scale. Mm-hmm. Do you feel comfortable sharing what you were at before, or how much weight you lost?
My highest weight ever was 192.2. We know even the point. 192 was my highest weight, and I'm not real tall. I'm 5'4", so not real tall. So that was a lot of weight to carry for my short stature. But I think that I'd have to look back and see. The heaviest weight was a while back, probably 10 years ago or so. But then I would lose and gain, along the way. But I think I went straight from like little girl clothes, the husky size 14, 16, straight to like a size 12, so I'd never been small. I've always been heavier. I think it's in my genes and my family. And so was always a battle for me, but 192 was my highest weight. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for saying that out loud. I know how scary it is to say those numbers and to say it in a public space. So I appreciate you being brave and sharing this, because I think you're going to really inspire a lot of people, Dayna.
Thank you so much. I hope so.
So you mentioned that you kind of tried different things, different medications or weight loss programs. I think you're not alone with that. I think everybody listening out there has tried 1,000,001 things.
Right.
So when you started Dirty Lazy Keto, like when was that? Like how long ago? How long did it take you to lose the weight to get to where you're at today?
When I started in mid-October 2020 with Dirty Lazy Keto. I'd done keto in the past previously and been really super strict clean keto. I tried it a couple times, so I knew that it was it worked for me, but it was a little complicated, a little too much overwhelming. And so I would get tired of all the tracking and trying to keep my macros just totally in line. And so I had done keto before, but then made up my mind in October that I was going to get the weight off for good, and found you on social media. I don't even know where I found it. I think just a Google search, looking into keto and how we do, and scrolling around, I found you and decided I was going to get that book. And that was mid-October. And so,
wow. Yeah. And what month is it now? Because some people might watch this interview later.
Yes. Now it is mid-May 2021.
So how many months did it take you to lose that weight then? And how much per month would you say, if you were to guess?
I hit my goal. When I started Dirty Lazy Keto mid-October, I was at 175. So I had 35 pounds to lose to my goal. And I hit my goal mid-April. So that was 6 months. And I lost 35 pounds in that 6 months. So, almost 6 pounds a month. Of course, in the beginning, when I really hit it hard, it came off faster. Now that last few pounds was a beast and slower, but I got there. I had set my original goal. I wanted to be there by May 1st. So I beat that. I hit my goal at April 14th. So right at 6 months.
That's wonderful. And I love how you
Thank
said it started like faster at first and
Yes.
slowed down to
Yes.
the end. Because I think, having those realistic expectations and, being upfront about how this all works. Because some people expect they're going to lose that 35 pounds like overnight. And that's not quite how it works, right?
No.
There's like some little things that have to happen and little changes. And then the more success you have, I'm sure you got more motivated to make even more changes. And it just
Yes.
kind of continues, right? Like a snowball effect.
Yes, absolutely.
So you mentioned that you found me and you read one of my books. Do you mind sharing which book that was? Or
I do not. I bought the Get Started Losing Weight While Breaking the Rules, the original book, and just dove right into that. And also, I think I joined the Facebook group, your premium group, before I actually got the book in the mail. But the Get Started Losing Weight, and it's amazing. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It was funny.
Yes.
I got a letter from a reader the other day. She was so funny. She said she was at Walmart and she opened that book and she read the first sentence and she said she busted up laughing so loud that her husband was like, "What are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you?" And she's like, "I'm not a reader and I don't really like diet books." But she's like, "I read the first sentence and I knew that you might be somebody that I could relate to." So I'm glad
Absolutely.
that the book connected with you as well.
Yes, and you are funny. It is very humorous at times. So, and I like that and like to laugh and that. So it was very helpful for me. Yeah.
Well, thanks. Now you mentioned, like you said, at first you lost a lot of weight towards the, end, things slowed down a little bit. I was curious, were there any obstacles or challenges that you faced, or was it all just easy peasy?
No, not easy peasy. Like you, and you taught me this. When we know what to do, it's just when we have accountability or somebody that's doing the same thing, it helps and the motivation. Right. I've had to really work on this. Oh my goodness. I've had to work on drinking my water. I'm not a fan. And so, you kind of taught me that it's okay to have my flavor stuff in my water and drink my water. And, like you said, it's kind of been a snowball effect and learned along the way, but that was an obstacle. I think another obstacle may have been wanting to add in all of the little keto treats and things like that too soon. I learned for me personally, that would slow my weight loss down when I added in a lot of the extra keto treats. For sure.
Anything that says keto on it is for sure can be problematic for me too, because it's all like delicious cereal and clusters and desserts and ice cream and all this stuff that I used to kind of have a problem with. So putting the word keto on it and changing the macros a little doesn't really change, for me at least, overeating some of those things. It's hard for me to stop. I don't know if you had that problem.
Oh, yes. Well, and I was kind of using them in the wrong way. Like rather than having, like my weekend treat, using it once a week or something. Well, I made the peanut butter pie and I wanted to, have it every day. So I was like, okay, slow down, girl. This is a treat. This doesn't need to be your regular. And in getting to my goal weight, now I can do more of that since I got there. Yeah.
That's fun. It's fun how you got to figure that out on your own, because you can't necessarily tell someone that the first day or the first week. Like, oh, you don't want to be eating peanut butter pie every day, all day, because then people tend to get mad. And they're like, well, you can't tell me what to do. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's a journey, right? You kind of have to try and fail in order to succeed sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was an obstacle, but I learned. Yes, I learned, and now I get to enjoy more of those things. So,
Well, what keeps you motivated? You're so peppy.
oh, well, thank you. Um, Motivated. Like I said, I do have a great man in my life, and he's very good about encouraging me and all that. And however, he has no weight to lose. He can eat everything. Exactly. But he does encourage me and motivate me. And he'll even some days say, I'm going to eat keto today. And, so he's been good, but he doesn't have any weight loss to lose. But that upcoming wedding, of course, was a motivator. Then also, my daughter had reached her highest weight ever. And she's 27, and she has my beautiful granddaughter. And she decided she was going to get on the ball and get that weight off too. So I think having her to do that, wanting to lose at the same time, was a big help. And she's lost 60 pounds. She's done great. Yeah. So that was the motivation. But also, I heard somebody say the other day that it's not so much motivation as determination. So I kind of think I just made my mind up. But the group, the Facebook group, the premium group that you have, getting on board there really has helped me so much to stay motivated, because it's just having the others that are like-minded and striving for the same goal. And then seeing your face once a week on the lives has really helped me and given me a lot of tips and tricks, and really kept me motivated and getting plugged in there. It was accountability that I wouldn't have had otherwise, for sure.
Well, now I didn't tell you to say that. I just would like to
I
point
know.
that out.
Yeah.
You're going to make
No,
me cry.
that's honest truth. That has been a big, helped me in my motivation to keep going, for sure.
Well, as I said in the beginning, that kind of is selfish on my part, because I'm trying to motivate myself. So when I try to put myself out there and do these videos and do these talks and post when I'm eating, my goal is to help others as well as keep myself accountable.
Well,
but
worked.
Hey, whatever works. I feel like it's a keto community, right? Like I feel like a family, and that's why I'm so excited to share your story, because it sounds like you are very blessed that you have family support at home. You've got your daughter, you've got your wonderful man that you are engaged to. So you have a lot of great support. But I also like how you shared, for people who may not have that relationship with their family, you shared that you turned to the online Facebook support group for help as well. And you found that to be equally motivating and helpful when it comes to accountability.
Absolutely. I feel like I've made real friends in there, people I've never met. However, I thought it was fun. A couple of the gals mentioned the other day that they actually physically met up for meeting in the group. So that
like
was
in
awesome.
Florida. They were in Florida, like having lunch. And I'm like, no one invited me.
Now I want you to have I know. I want you to have like a big, in the middle of the country somewhere, have some big convention or stuff or something. And that would be amazing. Yeah, I was jealous of that. But I really do feel like I've made friends there. And reading other people's struggles, and it really does help keep me motivated, for sure.
That's wonderful.
Being in that community. Mm-hmm.
And I like to how we can all share, like you said, our struggles, because it's not always positive, right? I mean, it's kind of easy at the end game when you're like, oh, look at me in my big pants that are falling off. I'm doing so great. You know what I mean? But I think you might agree that it's that shiny moment that, people imagine on TV, like, oh, my weight loss transformation. It's not always so rosy. Like sometimes there's a lot of struggle and a lot of tears and a lot of personal growth that comes along the way. It's not just like, oh, I stopped eating, chips, done. At least that's not how it was for me. Like for me, there was like a whole lot of other stuff that went on during my personal journey. And I imagine that was the same way for you too. Absolutely.
But it's helped having you and the other women there in the group, just to, when you have somebody to share and is on the same journey, is absolutely helpful. Mm-hmm.
Because not everybody is, and they'll try to correct you, right?
Yes.
Like, don't eat this, eat that. I'm like, oh gosh, really? Like,
Yeah.
I need my people, like my community, my
Yes.
people that speak my same language and,
Yes.
eat the same foods and have the same struggles and celebrate too. I think that's a huge part of the weight loss process, is to acknowledge when we're doing good things. Like when you held up your cute water bottle, which I'm so jealous of. It's hot pink. Look at mine's ugly. Let me see yours. You have a hot pink one.
matches
How
my
cute.
nails. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Barbie
Yeah.
pink, my favorite color. But you do these fun little things, like keep yourself motivated and share.
Yes.
So gold star to you.
Thank you.
Do you now you mentioned the peanut butter pie recipe, which is from, I believe, the Dirty Lazy Keto Dirt Cheap
Yes.
cookbook. But do you have a favorite recipe besides that one that you want to share or talk about?
And I will tell you, the cookbooks and the original book has the recipes in it too, have been super helpful. One of the hardest parts for me, and I know probably other women or mothers, is thinking of what to fix. Oh my goodness. I just get tired of thinking of what to fix. I can't come up with, the ideas. So to have those and be able to just open them up and get ideas without having to just, I get online and can look things up, but then I just start scrolling and it's, snowballs around. I'm off somewhere off in the distance.
Pretty
cool. Yes. Squirrel. Yes. So the cookbooks have been amazing. And yes, I have some favorites. The penny saver peanut butter pie is my favorite dessert. And I'm surprised about that because, but it was amazing. I do have the brand new 5-ingredient cookbook, and I've not made anything. I just got that. I got home and that was waiting for me in my mail. So I'm so excited to get that open and dive in. But a couple of my favorites have been the Alfredo pizza. Excuse me. My allergies. And one simple thing that I loved, the wedge salad. I had never made my own dressing like that. I love the wedge salad. That's one I do quite often. And the pizza and the little microwave, they make a bun, like a little, I can't remember the name of those. I make those a lot. The little couple minute microwave biscuit or roll. What is it?
I feel like I have 500 recipes in my head right now. I'm all,
I can't remember. Anyway, you have a real easy one that you just you mix up the little thing in a bowl and put it in there, and you can use it for sandwiches or, anyway, I can't remember the name, but also the pork fried rice. I make a lot.
I do that one a lot too.
Has been one of my favorite with the cauliflower, which I use cauliflower all the time now.
It's funny how foods that you probably, some people don't eat before, and then all of a sudden it's like you learn to love them. I don't know.
Yes.
Has that happened to you?
Yes. Cauliflower is my new best friend.
It's so versatile. You're like, who knew?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cauliflower could be pizza. It could be rice. It could be the miracle vegetable.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to venture out. I think you love Brussels sprouts. I'm trying to learn to love Brussels sprouts because you talk about Brussels sprouts a lot.
I get obsessed with things, Dayna, which is kind of not surprising, I guess, with my personality. But like, for example, I've been eating cucumbers right now, like probably 2 to 3 cucumbers a day, like no joke, since November, and it's now May. Like that is a lot of cucumbers. I have no idea what's going on. But before that, I spent like 6 months with broccoli slaw, and I would have the lawn clipping salad like every day for lunch, like for 6 months. So I kind of go through these weird, obsessive thingy do's where and for years I did celery. I've kind of gotten off the celery.
Yes. I've learned
I sound
to keep
crazy.
that
I know.
dressing.
Whatever.
No, not at all. I get that. I've learned to keep that dressing for whatever vegetable I want to go to. The dressing that you have, the recipe, that's a good one. I just mix that up and keep it in my refrigerator all the time. But yeah, I'm learning to love new vegetables. You taught me that, to love my vegetables. And another thing that's helped was adding the fat. When I'd done keto in the past, I felt like I had to put fat in the forefront. And I think that kind of slowed my weight loss down. I was trying to just guzzle fat. Well, and you kind of taught me just add that fat in to your vegetables and your other things to enhance the flavor of those. And that has been a game changer for me this time around, for sure.
I heard someone the other day say, Dirty Lazy Keto isn't necessarily fat forward. It's just not afraid of fat. And I was like, that's genius. I'm
That's
going to
good.
steal that. I'm going to write that down because that was a good description. But you're right. It's like use the fat like oil or butter or cream or whatever to make delicious food like vegetables taste better. And that way we can eat them and then fill up on all that fiber. Because that's really, I mean, you can't tell someone, oh, it's a plant-based diet, this and that. No, it's not what we're saying at all. It's just, this has been a trick, like a tool to help fill you up and be healthy. And that way you're not, necessarily munching on all those keto treats like we both are challenged by sometimes.
But it just made it sustainable for me. It made it doable for me. The dirty, lazy part of it is it wasn't, so I don't have to, you taught me I don't have to be perfect. I can just kind of, I don't know. It just became overwhelming when I had to like keep all my macros exactly right. And all that. It's really the book and the knowledge that I've learned has really just simplified it. And it is sustainable. It's something I can do for the rest of my life. And,
well, that was my next question.
Exciting.
What's your plan going forward? Like, are you like, oh yeah, I got my wedding dress, I'm good. Done. Are you going back to your carbolicious ways, or what's your plan?
No way.
That was a loaded question, by the way.
Yeah. I've decided this is my way of eating for life. It is sustainable for me. That doesn't mean I'm never going to splurge or step. I may have, a cupcake at my granddaughter's birthday or something like that, but at home, and I can keep things, I can be dirty, lazy keto forever. I don't feel deprived. It's easy for me. In the last 6 or 7 months, I've learned how to do it, and learned what I need to shop for and the things I love. And so I plan to stay right here in this lane.
This works. Yes. That's how I am. I'm like, I'm eating my cucumbers.
Yeah.
Like when I find something that works, I just kind of stick with it. And, whether it be flipping through the recipe to try something new or, sticking with a dessert that works.
Yeah.
It's like doing that repetition and finding what works and sticking with it. I'm good. I don't feel deprived either. I always kind of am like mystified when people say, oh, don't you miss this and miss that? I'm like, no, I really don't. Yeah. I don't miss that life at all. It sounds like you don't either.
No, I don't. I'm happy. And now, like I said, I can have more of my treats since I hit my goal weight. So that's good. But no, I don't feel deprived. I just try to base it around the food pyramid was helpful. I can just base my meals around the protein and the vegetables and the healthy fats. And so no, I'm good and happy and plan on just being dirty, lazy keto
forever
from here on out. Yep.
Well, congratulations on your amazing weight loss success story.
Thank you so much.
I'm so proud of you. And this is actually our first time ever talking face to face. I know we've communicated on Facebook and comments and stuff, but you are across the country, aren't you? What state are you in?
I'm in Alabama. Yes.
You're in Alabama.
And I've seen you live once a week for several weeks. So I feel like you really are my other best friend. You're one of my besties.
Well, I'm your bestie too. I'm your virtual bestie.
That's right.
I'm all the way in California. So this is kind of fun that we can do this.
Yeah. I was born in California. But I'm all the way over here now. Alabama.
Across the world.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so grateful that you shared your story. I know it can be, it can be a little scary to tell people, especially you don't know on social media, more about who you are and what you've struggled with. And I think that you're going to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. So thank you for coming forward and offering to do this.
Thank you. It's my pleasure and an honor. And you are definitely have helped me and been an inspiration and so much help. So hopefully I can pass that on and pass it forward, move it forward. So hopefully I can help and inspire others like you've done for me.
Well, keto on, girlfriend.
All right. I will do it.
All right. Take care. And thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Stephanie, so much for the opportunity.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Dirty Lazy Girl podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Turn on your notifications so you'll never miss a video, and we'll see you next week.